Welcome back to Barry's Noodle Review. Today we have Nissin beef flavour. These are supposed to be cooked like a ramen. I'm actually going to cook them with a lot less water than would otherwise normally be, so that it's just a noodle rather than a ramen. That's how I prefer it. I have relatively high hopes for these because last time we had the super spicy noodles and they weren't very good, and I think these will be quite a bit nicer. And before that we had the sesame version of these, which were lovely. I think actually in retrospect I gave them 6.5 out of 10, which I probably should give them higher, but I want to keep the scores a little bit lower on the good stuff in case I find something that really blows me out of the park. So let's open these and find out what we've got. Just a bit of a cheeky jump cut again to save your ears. Now this time, this is actually a smaller square of noodle. I don't know why. I think maybe it's just a slightly different variety. Apologies for the water, that's just about to boil. Now, okay, so we have 2 condom packets. I was worried we only had one. This one says it is NDR beef. I don't know why it's NDR beef, but it feels powdery. So that's the beef soup, or the super base. And just underneath all of this, we have this cheeky thing, the seasoning oil. Interestingly, it's in some foil packaging. Let's get it in the pan and find out what it's like. Now that these have loosened up quite a bit, I'm going to add the NDR beef sachet. I did check the ingredients. These are not vegetarian. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but a lot of the time beef flavoured noodles are vegetarian because it's actually just like a mushroom that they use, whereas this does say it contains beef extract, so these are distinctly not vegetarian. Mix that in as per usual. I will add the seasoning oil to dress the noodles at the end when it's in the bowl. That's pretty much done. The smell when I added the beef didn't really hit me very hard. It's a relatively light beefy smell. Not really much of note there, but let's get the seasoning oil in. I did check to see if it was some kind of beef tallow or anything like that, but I think it's probably just sesame oil that's had flavour infused into it. There we go. It does smell like sesame oil, and it does kind of look like it. Oh dear. Apologies for it looking a little bit seminal. Now I can see why they put it in this non-see-through silver packaging, because it does look a little bit suspect. I'll just give that a good mix in so that we don't notice it. It does smell a bit like sesame oil, so I think that's what it is. But it smells good though. Just didn't look very nice when you poured it out. Jesus. Alright, let's give these a taste. Behold! Less homeless looking Barry. I have shaved the beard, but my barber's appointment is not till tomorrow, so that's when I'll have the hair done, and I will be completing the look of looking like a normal person who is a functioning member of society. Let's try these noodles. They look good. They look fine. Look like just regular noodles. Smell good. Noodle themselves, same as before. They're a thinner noodle, which I prefer, than the chewier ones that take longer to cook. Still pretty hot because I didn't really leave these to cool, so let's give it a go. A little salty. They always are. A little smoky. The beef flavour is very mild. It's almost as if You can tell it's beef flavour, but it's light on the beef flavour. It's not bad. It's actually very nice. But these would be an excellent base noodle. By that I mean, I tend to do a lot of things with noodles, like add things to them and make them into a larger meal than just a packet of noodles like this. So these would make an excellent noodle for improving, for just throwing things in. Yeah, pretty good. They're not oily. They're maybe a little bit. You can feel it a little bit. It actually feels more fatty than oily. So maybe that was some kind of animal fat rather than... Kind of did look like beef tallow when it squeezed out. It didn't really look like sesame oil like the other one. So maybe it is some kind of fat. It does feel a little bit like fat coating your mouth rather than it being oily. So that's probably what it is. So as for my rating... 7 out of 10. And there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Barry's Noodle Review, where I will look even less homeless. Oh, first time trying a different angle. Hopefully there's no continuity issue between the two.